Y'all give me 1 second. Get this here. Camera situated. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know. Just say yes, I can hear you. Trying to. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Tony Gaskins here. Wanted to pop in and chat with you tonight. Do a Q&A. I'm going to try to do these on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. if I can, hopefully. Won't always be able to, so, please bear with me. Sometimes out of town for my son's schedule or something like that, so, it can get a little tricky. I want to say thank you to my new members. So, yes, I will be saving the live. Every time I do it, it automatically archives, I believe, and I would have to manually delete it for it to be done. Now, on these lives, I want to be able to allow my members of the Blessed Tribe to submit questions, any questions that you all have. And if there are no questions, I'll kind of always have like a little topic. But if you notice, beside everyone's name who's in the comments, you see like the little symbol. That means they're a member. And so to join, to be a member, then you would have to go to my main page and by the subscribe button, you should see a join button, or look in the description of my last video and you'll see the link in there where you can join. And the purpose of the membership is really so I can have a group of people who are like-minded, seeking growth, and I can receive questions from you all, things that you would like me to address, topics you want me to touch on. So that's the purpose of the live. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me do something really quick. Y'all hold on 1 second. Okay. Y'all forgive me for that. I had to put my phone on do not disturb. Can you hear me? Am I live? Let me know. Say yes, Tony, you back. Hey, I'm still working out this technology. I am not a YouTuber, so I'm still trying to figure everything out. If you have any questions from a Blessed Tribe member, please put your questions in there. What's on your heart? What you thinking about? What have you been dealing with? Any situations in your current relationship or situationship that you're going through? My question is, why does a man get upset with me for refusing his sexual advances who made it clear that he does not want me? And now I understand where you're coming from with that. And it's kind of crazy as you read the question. It's like, wow, like this guy's really getting upset after he made it clear that he doesn't want you. To be honest with you, the number one thing that men hate is rejection. Men hate rejection. And a lot of times people don't realize it, but that's honestly why a lot of women end up dealing with the same man for so long, is because men hate rejection. So if we get fired from our job, we can't like just go back and get our job. If we get cut from a team, we can't go and beg to be back on the team. The one type of rejection that men feel we have some say-so in is when we're rejected by a woman. And that is why a lot of you end up dealing with the same guy on and off for years, or dealing with a guy for so long. It's because he doesn't want to accept the rejection. So that's the only reason why he's mad, to be honest with you. What do you think about the no contact method? Does it work? And should I even want it to work or just move on? The breakup was his doing. I'll tell you this. When a man breaks up with you, it's over. Like, yes, he can come back, but you shouldn't want it to come back. Because one thing about a man is that we as men will never break up with you if we feel you are the one for us. So when a man breaks up with you, it's really like the nail in the coffin. Like, see, when a woman breaks up with a man, it's a little different because it's you having to cut him off because he's not where he needs to be. He's not doing what he needs to do. So you break up with him to send him a message. Sometimes you're saying it's over, but sometimes you're saying, look, I'm breaking up with you because you need to learn, you got to grow to be with me. But when a man cuts the woman off, if it's not because of a lack of growth, so like if you didn't cheat on him, if you weren't cursing him out, if it's not because of something like that, and he just broke up with you and it wasn't for anything that you did wrong per se, then it's him telling you, you are not my wife, you're not the woman for me. And in that case, you got to keep it moving. Hey, Empress, thank you so much for joining as a member. Glad to have you. Octavia, Tatiana, Erica, Candy. I really appreciate all of y'all being members. It means a lot, really does. And now you see, even with this membership, it's still a lot of questions in here. So that's why I had to create a little membership, even though it's only $1.99 a month. I know hopefully that don't send anybody accounting a negative, but even with that, I realized I had to have a smaller concentrated group to where I can get questions. How to love a cold-hearted man. To be honest with you, Tatiana, it's not worth it. It's not worth loving a cold-hearted man. What you have to do is you got to be able to tell him, like, listen, you're cold-hearted and you need to heal, you need to grow, you need some time, but I can't really deal with you on this level. Let me see what this is at the top where it says, oh, okay, this y'all writing, oh, okay. But you can't deal with a cold-hearted man because a man with a good heart, a man who is not cold-hearted is still dangerous just because of our desires that we have that we don't know how to control until we grow. It's dangerous dealing with a man who was raised in a two-parent home with a good heart. To deal with a man with a cold heart, you really setting yourself up to be abused in every sense of the word and possibly even kill if he's truly cold-hearted. So me being a man, I don't condone that. I don't recommend that. I wouldn't even entertain it because he gonna have to warm that heart up. And when you leave him is what may make him realize he needs to warm his heart up. Do men get bored in relationships/marriage? Alexis, thank you for being a member. That's a great question. That question too real. That question is too real. Woo, Alexis, that question too real. Y'all are not ready for that type of question. That's a question that's the type of question you ask, but you really don't want to know the answer to that. But yes, very much so. Very much so. Men are, I don't know how to put this, but men are really, most men are really just a child who has aged. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. It just, most men are children who have aged. Meaning, my 5-year-old, he's a boy. He will sit down on my phone to play a game with me, and he want to change the game every 5 minutes. And I'm like, my goodness, can we play one game for 10, 20 minutes? He want to change the game every 5 minutes. He wants to download a new game every 5 minutes. And I'm like, wow. And it's not ADD or ADHD or nothing like that. It's literally just, that's how men are as adults too. My wife, she used to always tell me, I hate watching TV with you because you just flip from channel to channel to channel and you watching the terriblest stuff too. And so the thing about it is, a man, in order to be grounded, you have to make sure that you're dealing with a man. Tiara, thank you so much. Samina, thank you for joining the Blessed Tribe. You have to be with a man who understands his purpose, a man who has faith, who has a belief system. And the reason why I say that is he has to have something outside of the relationship that keeps him engaged and active and pursuing something. Like, my wife probably gets tired of me talking about whatever project I'm working on. But if I didn't have my purpose, me serving you right now, then I would be bored in my relationship because of the nature of a man's mind. It truthfully has nothing to do with the woman. Like, it's not about the woman. Fontessa, thank you so much for that. I don't know if you just signed up for the membership. I see it said $1.99. Thank you so much for joining me and being a blessing. But it honestly comes down to that man. So that's why when you're building with a man and you're talking to this man, it needs to be something where this man share. Thank you for joining. Is not Shaquita or Shaquisha? Nah, that was a name. God bless you, but forgive me if I said it wrong. This man has to have something that he is connected to, and if he doesn't have a purpose, if he doesn't have a vision, if he doesn't have a plan, you're getting cheated on. Just point blank period. You're getting cheated on. And if it's not with women, then physically, then it's with men, or it's with pornography, or it's with gambling, it's with drugs, weed, alcohol. It's with something, just because of the makeup, and until he matures and he comes into his purpose. Now look, it's a lot of question piling in here. I'm trying to. Somebody said I emailed you a question. The email questions, now I won't say your name on the email questions, but what I will do is, on those email questions, I wish I could figure out how to pause this, is I will read the question without saying your name or anything like that, and I will answer it in a video. And I'll try to make a question like that my topic at least one video of the week. Why would an ex ignore you when the issue was them in the first place, but in private want to talk? Well, see, Nicole, your ex ignoring you because they've told somebody that they are not with you and don't want you, but want to talk to you in private because truthfully they want to go from being your boyfriend or girlfriend to being friends with benefits. If it's a man and you're a woman, they say see Nicole, so I don't know if a man or woman. Oh, Nicole, that's a woman name. So yeah, he wants to keep you a secret, and he wants to downgrade you from girlfriend to friends with benefits. So in that situation, you got to ignore him and keep it moving. My question is, why do some men feel they can cancel seeing you one day and then contact you the next day like nothing happened? A man does not feel that way. He's honestly just trying. He's gambling. He's taking a gamble to see if you're going to allow him to contact you like nothing happened the next day. Now, when he writes you, if you say, listen, what happened yesterday? And if it's not like a near death type thing, like something super, super serious, then you need to be able to let him know, like, I'm not with that. That's the first and that's going to be the last time that happens. I got guys that I work with who they get behind on their work and they always late. And every time, somebody died in their family. Every time somebody died, the cat died, the dog died, their cousin then died 9 times. So some men will start to realize how you'll cut them off for stuff that is not real. And every time they cancel, it'll be because somebody has died or something like that. But when you let him know that it's a no-go, then he's gonna get right. Carmel Cole, thank you so much for your blessing. I really, really appreciate that. You don't understand. Hey, that's why I'm over here on this YouTube, just because the audience is different. Y'all appreciate you work with me, and I'm not all that tech savvy. I'm all up in this camera. This camera all in my face. I'm camera shy, and this thing all in my face. Oh Lord. Hey, I'm sorry. I can't see all of these questions. On the Caleb Curl video, you mentioned healing from the past. How do you do this? Nicole, to be honest with you, what you're doing right now is a part of healing. So to heal from your past, you have to be able to identify what happened in your past. So you got to literally write it out. It's almost like you going down through each incident and you jotting it down. But what you have to do is you have to give it a label. What I mean by this, I'm not talking about how everybody is using the word narcissist, but I mean, you got to be able to look at it and say, you know what? That was not love. I've learned that was self-hate. I've learned that was insecurity. I've learned that was a form of abuse. And the way you do that, Latoya, thank you so much. Latoya Blackman, bless you. And the way you do that is you get new knowledge. So everything that has happened to you in your life, it has been downloaded in your mind, and you have been taught that that is what a relationship is, that is what a man is, that this is how women should be. And so you believe that and you live through that. But when you are trying to heal, you're getting new knowledge. Empress Brown said the self-love course, which I believe is free or $1 on TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. That's my name, academy.com. I got a bunch of courses on there. And Jasmine Sims, thank you so much. Bless you. You can email support at TonyGaskins.com if you want to do one-on-one coaching. I am accepting clients right now only through December. Because January I gotta make some shifts. Shaquita, thank you so much. God bless you. So when you get this new knowledge and you start to shift your mind, because now everything that you've learned, when you hear something new, you replace it. So what happens is we look back and we see things in our life. Misunderstood 88, bless you. I really appreciate your love and support. And we look back and we say, you know what? This was what I accepted as love. And I thought this relationship was love, but really this was abuse, because I never knew that a man checking my phone every day or telling me what I can and can't wear, or taking my money and then giving me an allowance out of my money was abuse. So you'll hear things and you'll learn things. Queen, I'm gonna say Queen. I don't know if that's, I'm gonna just say Queen Smith. Maybe y'all spelled it different, or Quine. I don't think it's Quine now. It gotta be Queen. If not, that's a new spelling for Queen now. That's what you got to go by. I really appreciate you. Share, thank you. Share H, you always there with me. So understand this. So if you sit down and you create a growth schedule, and you just got to really appreciate you, and you are learning daily, and you say every Sunday at 9 p.m. I'm getting new knowledge. Every Sunday at 9 p.m. or every morning, 20 minutes in the morning, I'm reading. And this new knowledge gonna continue to replace the old knowledge. And knowledge is what? Like they say, knowledge is power. The reason why they say knowledge is power is because knowledge produce confidence. Tamika, I really, really, really appreciate you. Thank you, Coach, for the empowerment platform. I appreciate you. If I miss anybody, y'all gotta forgive me. Sometimes it's flying, it's showing the messages all at once, really, really fast. I wish there was a way I could pause it so I could see the next question. I'm trying to see. Y'all got to forgive me. Okay, I see. Running into an issue with men thinking they are the prize. How can we as women show our worth without giving off thirsty energy? You know what? Today, men think they're the prize because of the amount of single women versus the amount of single men. So the thing about it is, this is the difference between being wife material and being girlfriend material. There's a difference in this. So what happens is, in this, you have to realize that you need to set standards for yourself. So what I mean by this specifically is you got to say, look, when I'm dating a man, I'm not washing his dirty drawers. I'm not going over his house to cook him a meal. I'm not cleaning up his house, doing his laundry. I'm not loaning him money. Katina Johnson, thank you so much. God bless you. I'm not sleeping with him. I'm not doing anything oral with him in place of physical. I'm not doing any of that. And so you set these standards and you say, listen, we could talk on the phone, we could FaceTime. Deborah, that's a different currency. Where you? You in London or somewhere? God bless you, Deborah Goody. So when you set these standards, he now knows and he looks and he says, you know what? This woman right here is a prize because this woman right here is different. This woman has standards. The last woman I was with loaned me $500 in the first 2 weeks of knowing me. The last woman I was with slept with me on the first date, on the third date, the third night, in the first 2 weeks. The last woman was spending the night at my house in the first week. The last woman was washing my clothes in the first month. So he has all of these things. So he has these. Somebody said a great thing. He said, Empress members, copy your comments so you can post them later. Hey, thank you for that. Just in case it, gets beyond me. And so when you set these standards, that's when a man realizes. But what happens is most women are becoming desperate. And so because a lot of women are becoming desperate, women are now competing for a man. And in this competition, it's this woman want to cook, this woman want to clean, this woman want to sleep with him, this woman want to do this. So it's giving a man his this assumption to where he's like, okay, I could do what I want to do, because these women desperate, these women thirsty. But when he sees that you are not desperate and that you're not thirsty, meaning that you have standards, things that you will and won't do in the dating phase, now he sets you apart. Now you're different from other women. Why do men ghost after finding out I'm abstinent for 5 years? Family doesn't get my point. Well, those are the men. Well, no, let me change that. I'll be honest with you. What is it? Glam Rocks Makeup, thank you so much for being a member. I'll be honest with you now, this is a little hard to understand. Because people teach this differently. But I'm a man who really was a player. I really was out there. What you have to understand about men is that you can't tell a man who does not really know you, who is not in love with you, you can't tell him that there's no prize for running the race. What I mean by that is most men, 9 out of 10 men, unless he's abstaining from intercourse before marriage himself, unless he's like that, like what I showed Caleb on the videos earlier, the guy interviewed Caleb, unless he's like that already, he's coming to sleep with you. And this could be a good man. When I say a good man, this could be a man that a woman would label as good. right? A good man does not mean a perfect man. And so when you tell a man that you are abstinent, somebody say, Slim, see, I can't focus on what I'm saying because you talking to me while I'm talking. She say, focus on what you're saying and let us welcome the newcomers so you can get through these questions for you. Hey, I'm not welcoming the newcomers. I'm saying thank you for the people who donating because they got a donate button on here. I didn't know about it. So it's showing me like Ralph, Ralph Sean, Ralph Sean. Your daddy named Ralph? Ralph Sean. It looked like Ralph Sean. If your dad is named Ralph, and I hope he is named Ralph, because I be seeing this like Georgina and all of that. God bless his soul. Yeah, he wanted his daughter to have his name if that's the case now. But I thank you for what you did. Hey, now, y'all forgive me. I can't see all the messages. One of the members got on to me because I'm trying to say thank you. So y'all welcome the new people for me, please. And if I miss you, hey, God bless you. If you did hit the little donate button or whatever it is, YouTube is showing me some things. But I thank y'all so much. Now, oh, okay. I remember what I was saying. Back to what I was saying. You cannot show a man that you don't know because what you have to realize is that he does not, Jay, I appreciate you. He does not love you. He does not know you. So if he is getting to know you and you tell him that basically when you say I'm absent until marriage, he hasn't had time to fall for you yet. So his heart is not in it. He has no attachment. He's like, okay, I'm out of here, man. I ain't with that. So a lot of times a man wants something that he doesn't even know he wants because he doesn't even know he wants you. So my wife and I, we were intimate, before marriage. So but I honestly, what happened was that she made me wait longer than I had ever waited. So for me, I counted it the same because I was a one night dude. I was the type of dude that 99% of the women I talked to, it was in the first night, it was going down. And I don't know if it was my talk game. I don't know if it was my 8-pack. I don't know what it was. Or they just was college and just crazy. I don't know what it was. But when I met my wife and I had to really work and I had to really wait, I was like, whoa, this different. So in the process of working for her, I fell in love with her. And so that's why even when we became intimate, I still was all in because I had to work for her. What's happening with a lot of women is you're telling a man your entire business and your entire life story, all your past and everything before he even really knows you, before he has feelings for you. So if he tries to come on to you, that's why I say you should only, Shannon, God bless you. Shannon in my mastermind, and y'all subscribe to Shannon. You see her face. If you see her face, Shannon Owens. Y'all do me a favor and subscribe to Shannon page. She working on her video. She trying to get it down and figure this YouTube thing out. Subscribing is free. Y'all help out. She's in my mastermind group. She's a life coach. She's an author. I think she's released a book. But she's doing a thing. She reminded me of myself because she kind of, she got an accent of her own. Miss myself, I really appreciate you. Guys don't approach me, but women who are less attractive than me get attention in relationships. Could I get advice from a male perspective? Attention in relationships. Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. Hey, so what I was saying about the other one is take your time and don't tell a man that you waiting until marriage because this is why I say this. Because truthfully, you don't know. Truthfully, you don't know. You cannot make that promise. You say that, but truthfully, if that wine hit you right, if the right song come on with the right drink, with the right time, with the right day of the month, with the right cologne, with the you just don't know. You say it. So then what happens is if you've told him that and then he ends up and falls in there, now you've lost all his respect. So instead of telling him you're abstaining to marriage, you can just turn him down and say, no, I'm not ready for that. And then if he keeps trying, then the fifth, sixth time, he's going to get it. That I have to work for this woman's heart, for her to be comfortable with me or to consider lying down with me. And then he may not even try anymore because he may start to really like you and fall for you. And then if he tries you even later and 10 months in and he still can't get it, now he gets a new message. Okay, I got to make it exclusive with this woman to be able to lie down with her. He gets exclusive. Then he can't get it. So he said, "Oh, I got to post this woman on my social media to be able to be with her." Then he's like, "Okay, uh y'all forgive me. Hit my little noise." So then he said, I got to post on my social media. Then he said, oh, I got to take her to meet my mom. Oh, I got to go meet her dad and let him know who I am. So every time he tries to be with you intimately and he gets turned down, he gets a message to himself that says, I need to go to the next level. I got to go to the next level and I got to do more. And then eventually it's going to come to, I got to get engaged to this woman because I really love her. I don't know why I keep trying her. So I might as well get engaged to her because I feel like she's the one. So then he gets engaged. Then he tries you. And you like, I'm not ready. He like, when are you gonna be ready? What do you mean you're not ready? We engaged. What you mean you're not ready? And you like, I'm just not ready. I'll know when I'm ready. Some people gonna tell, a grown boy is gonna tell you, oh, that's games, or that's mind games, or you playing mind games, or you leading the man on. These grown boys who are YouTubers, that's what they're gonna tell you because they still playing the game. And they want you to know when they slide in your DMs, they want to know if you abstaining until marriage so that they know not to waste any time with you. But see, if a man does not know what your plan is, then he has to inquire within. He has to get to know you. And that's where a lot of women mess up. And Tasha, God bless you. That's where a lot of women mess up is you go and you tell a man you read him your whole script. So if you read him your whole script, he gonna play Denzel Washington. And he gonna play the mess out that role because you just read him the whole script. But if he does not know, if you don't give him the whole layout, the whole blueprint, now he has to work. He has to get to know you. He got to spend time with you. Can something still be attached to you if only men who want to sleep with you approach you? I've done a lot to change my life. What can I do to stop it? I'm abstinent and waiting for marriage. Mona, that's a good question. That is a good question. I tell you this. I will tell you this, Mona. Every man who, now one thing about these Q and A's is exposing the real from the fake. I want y'all to understand that because with these videos, you don't know how long a person sat there and wrote down notes and shot the video 10 times. With this Q&A, you get to really see if somebody in this space because God called them and they supposed to be here or if they trying to pimp the system online. VJ, I really appreciate you. I think the young lady's name was Mona who asked that question, or let me see. I forget. Oh yeah, Mona. What you have to realize is every single man that approaches you, again, unless he is abstinent, he wants to sleep with you. He's coming to you to sleep with you. So that's so don't look at it like, oh, it's my loose past that I'm still giving off those vibes. It's not that. That's just men. That's what men want to do. And so what has to happen is, and it's gonna be hard to hear, but y'all, you have to have enough going on with you, enough around you going on in your life, meaning that your goals, your dreams, what you're trying to accomplish, your ambition, you have to be working on you so much that you are to the place to where when he looks at you, um, Tylene, I really appreciate you. Miss myself, it's a million people in front of you, and you actually not a member. So I'm answering the members' questions first. If you click on where you see subscribe, you'll see join, and that's what I told my members I do. And y'all see how the woman come in here and said, "You ain't answer my question. Do you see these 50, 100 questions in here?" My goodness. So what you have to realize is you have to realize that it's going to take, honestly, you having a routine, you getting out the house, and you every week you going to a coffee shop, you going to a bookstore, you going to the gym, and you have something in place. Lux salute, God bless you, bless you. And you have something in place to where you are looking and you able to say, look, I got a schedule, I got a routine, I got goals, I got dreams. When a man comes into your life, he sees that, he feels that, and he realizes that. So where he had you in this box of, look, I just want to sleep with you. Now he says, whoa, this woman different. This woman special. There's something about this woman. So at that point, now you understand that you may have to go through 9 men approaching you for that 10th to be the one. So don't just think it's something on you. Now, for some women, it's something on you, and you cannot. You just got that oozing out your pores, and you can't help it. You can't help it. You can't change it. It's in you, not on you. You heard that before. Some women, it's just in them, and it just radiating from them. I don't know where it come from. I don't know if you're a descendant of Jezebel, which could be. You could be a descendant of Jezebel. And I ain't saying it in a bad way, but it could be your grandma had a spirit on her. But for some women, it's just something oozing from you. And it's something that you can't change, but you have to work on the inner. And as long as you know it's okay to be attractive, it's okay to be sexy or all of this and that, as long as you know you're not lying down on your back to win a man, to please a man, to try to trick a man, get a man, then you don't have nothing else to worry about. You can't be mad at anything on top of it. Can you talk about the 3 month rule? On the 3 month rule, what I want you to understand with that is that in my first book, What Daddy Never Told His Little Girl, I talk about the 3 month rule, and I think I mentioned that in Make It Work as well. But what I'm saying with the 3 month rule is, I wrote this in 2007. Steve Harvey called it the 90-day rule in 2009. I repeat, I wrote this in 2007. It came out in Steve's book in 2009 as the 90-day rule, but essentially was the same rule, very similar. But what I meant by it is not that on day 91 you spread eagle and you sleeping with a man because he made it 91 days. What I meant by it is that a man who is serious, a man who is, no, I didn't see it. Tasha, post it again. Y'all got to keep posting it, because if y'all follow in the chat, you see that chat long gone. So y'all just post your question again. A man who is serious about you, he will take 3 months to get to know you. So what I mean is, he'll go 3 months without even asking to sleep with you. He'll be talking to you about you and your hopes and your dreams and your goals. He'll be concerned with you, and he won't be trying to lay down with you. And at that 3 month mark, that's when you know, okay, this guy's serious. That does not mean you spread ego on day 91. But what that means is now you can upgrade him to the next class. Because now you know, okay, I could take him a little serious because he's still here. We still talking every single day. Tony need to take Steve to court. Hey, just if I had Steve kind of money, I would try to get me a little check off that. What it was is Steve had a ghostwriter. So the ghostwriter could have read my book and put it in there and just gave him the concept and told him, hey, this is the concept. What you say about this? So it could have not even been him. Let me try to. Hey, I'm trying to be fair on these here questions. Um, Let me see. Okay, it took me. All right, y'all post your question. Post your question on here again. I'm doing all this strolling. How do you move on from a 19-year marriage, recently divorced, when he did not put up a fight? Now he has moved in with a woman and her kids. Keela Bath and Body, thank you so much. Or is that, yeah, I think it's Keela. Or Kaya. Um, to be honest with you, it's gonna take you longer, but you move on the same way you will move on from a 1 year marriage or from a 1 year relationship. You put one foot in front of the other. You in the right place right now. You in the right place. You learning. You growing. You getting a new message. You're hearing new things. What you're gonna have to do is what I call watch game film. You're gonna have to watch game film. So you look back over those 19 years. You may need about 4 to 12 sessions of coaching. And you go through those 19 years and you talk through that relationship and you break down the relationship and you look and you say, okay, was this love? Was this abuse? Where were the red flags? You identify all that. You pull all the lessons. You pull all the lessons from the relationship. Now you take that new knowledge and you move forward with that new knowledge. And so, and once you do that and you continue to work, then that's how you will be able to heal from that. But it's gonna take some time. Hey, CJ Johnson. Hey, brother, you might be the first man I see as a member on here. Now, CJ might be in here this month and gone next month. But CJ, man, I really appreciate you, my brother. I think you the first man I've seen. I think you're a man. I don't want to get too close to this camera because, like I say, I'm camera shy, and I'm trying not to get too close. Hey, Tony, bro, I wanted to know why is it hard for women to accept honesty and straightforward man? A lot of the times it seems like they think you're playing games and they are not used to a man for a man to have standards. CJ, that's a good question. And just like with men, women are conditioned. Women are conditioned to based on what they've gone through, based on what they've experienced. So you meet 100 jokers, you think 101 is a joker too. And so what happens is you have to understand that. And one thing I always tell men, and uh somebody explained to Miss myself that when you give a donation on there, that's not paying for no question. I don't even know what that button on there. That's YouTube. That's you saying to the person talking, hey, I thank you for what you're doing. I don't even see your question. I don't even know what your question is. You have to post your question again. Because it's a thousand questions that came in there. It's like, well, look here. That's what CJ talking about. CJ talking about you. The man trying to say you don't appreciate a good man. Now understand this, Bianca, I appreciate you. What I tell men is you have to be prepared to heal a woman's heart before you can have a woman's heart. And what I mean by that is almost every woman I've met has been sexually abused or physically abused, financially abused, verbally abused, emotionally abused. A lot of men have gone through those things, but in like for myself, I've never experienced no type of abuse. So what type of abuse have you experienced, CJ? And then when we look at our abuse, in a lot of cases as a man, we haven't experienced even half of what a woman has gone through. So when you're dealing with a woman, you have to understand that even like with the lady who going off on me in here, she's snapping on me by her question. I that could be dealing with her ex-boyfriend, mad at her ex-man, and taking it out on me. But that's what you have to realize, that most women have experienced so much nonsense, so much craziness, that they don't even know how to process a good guy. I remember talking to my own sister. She was like, Tony, I can't appreciate a good man. I don't know how to appreciate a good man. She was like, I start a fight with a good man because I'm so used to arguing. Let me find this lady question. I'm scrolling looking for your question to the young lady. Oh, okay, now let's see her question now. Guys don't approach me, but women who are less attractive than me get attention and relationships. Could I get advice from a male perspective? Okay, I remember that question. And I read it because it came in at green. Now, I'll tell you this right here. If a man does not approach you, honestly, and this is hard to hear, but if a man does not approach you, it's because you are not approachable. And what I mean by that does not necessarily mean that's a bad thing. But what I mean is that you have to realize that for some men, if you dress a certain way, and you carry yourself a certain way and you look really classy, it may honestly make that man feel like that you are intimidating. That's not your fault. What happens is when a man sees you, he looks at you and he says, he looks at your heels, he looks at your outfit, he looks at your nails, he looks at everything, and then he makes a judgment call and says, look, if I'm gonna be her husband, can I keep her in Gucci and gold? Can I keep her as looking as nice as she does? And if he says no, then he keeps it moving. And so sometimes it has nothing to do with you and something that you're doing wrong. It's just that to the average man, the men that you passing, you are not approachable to them because they might not be on that level. And so that's what you have to realize, is that, it's going to be a situation to where a man has to be where he needs to be. He has to be who, and one thing, that's something that you can't really try to concern yourself with, because the man for you has your number. What I mean by this, the man for you, he has your code to unlock the safe of your heart. Meaning that if you're a confident woman, if you're a successful woman, if you're a driven woman, if you're an ambitious woman, the man for you has everything in him to be with that type of woman, to approach that type of woman. And it depends on how he sees himself. And so that's what you have to realize, is it's just going to take a different type of man. But some women are in a league of their own, to the point that you attract a unique or a rare man. You don't attract a common everyday man. So that's why I say you got to have a schedule to where you really getting out of the house, so that you're not just going to work and going home. You have to have enough things. If you're really looking to get married, you got to have enough things on your schedule, so that, meaning, on Monday I'm in Bible study, on Wednesday I'm in the yoga, I'm in class, cycling class or writing class. On Friday I'm going to the lounge, listen to the live music. On Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm in Starbucks or Barnes and Noble working on my dream. On Sunday I'm in church. So you have to be in these places to where you are being seen by more men, because the man that you are going to attract is just more rare. I saw my number one supporter now, Share H. I have seen her. It could because she have the little avatar, but I've seen her in my comments more than I've ever seen anybody. And Share, I just dread the day. I just do not look forward for the day that I offend Share. Cause the more you talk, you gonna eventually offend somebody. I just see somebody in here talking about I'm mean. I ain't mean, I'm just real. I ain't mean to nobody. If I was mean, I wouldn't be on here. I wouldn't be on here talking for an hour if I was mean. But Cher, you say Octavia, post your question again. I'm rooting for you. So if Cher rooting for you, I got to find Octavia. Cause Cher, listen, I done seen her so many times, and women be bringing their boyfriend pain and taking it out on me, and Cher, she'll get right with them. I was like, is that my mama or my sister with a fake account? I mean, she'll rip them a new one. Well, you said Octavia, but I ain't see Octavia. I'm looking for Octavia question. I told my wife I was gonna be on here 30 minutes, and see, that's why I have to pray. That's why I'd be asking her for forgiveness, cause I get on here and be serving y'all, and I can't go past an hour now. Ah man, I just saw a brother. I saw another brother on here. I think it said Coach Rod. Man, hey, I appreciate you, brother. If you want to take the life coaching certification, use the coupon code "Thank You." Just one word, "Thank You." You click on it, then you hit have a coupon, enter "Thank You." It'll take 50% off. So hey, don't tell nobody else. And it's on TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. Why did he say he would drink alcohol to get over the relationship after I threatened to leave? Did he care? Since he just talking. One thing about women, y'all have been created and wired to take men seriously. To be honest with you, and I tell my wife this all the time, don't take me serious. Don't take me serious 100% of the time. You could take a man serious. You could take a man serious 50% of the time. Because a lot of times men just talking, to be honest with you. Octavia, I see you. What do you do about a husband that doesn't have the respect to come home? You go to the divorce court. And I know a lot of Christian folks don't say that and, against divorce, but I trust God and believe God, and I know He working with me and through me. And when a man, and although if a man does not have the respect to come home, then that already lets you know he's cheating on you. And you might not want to waste any more money to get a private investigator, but he cheating on you. And so if a man cheating on you, then guess what? It's time to go. Maria, thank you. Maria is in my mastermind group. I really appreciate you. Jackie, she say this may not be. I mean, I gotta do it. I gotta try something. I can't shrink my following, but this actually is small because this is only open to members to post. So that's just like 100 people, but it's 800 people watching. If this was open to for all 800, then this thing will really be crazy. So that's why I created the Blessed Tribe, just so I could try to shrink it down some, so I could get some focused questions. How do you heal, move on from a narcissist who is a habitual liar, cheater, and user? You're going to have to do therapy. You're going to have to go to therapy because a narcissist is a clinical diagnosis. So life coaches, YouTube, talking heads, pastors, ain't none of us really qualified to speak on narcissists. What are your thoughts on dating someone who is agnostic as a woman who's been brought up as a Christian? Are you a Christian? You say you've been brought up as a Christian. Are you a Christian? Because it's a lot of atheists in the church. It's a lot of agnostics in the church, meaning going to church out of tradition, but not really keeping God's word and serving God. So if you're a Christian, then no, you should not be with an agnostic. I don't even know what an agnostic is, but it sounds like don't believe in God, or that might be atheist. So I don't know what an agnostic is, but I know it ain't Christian. And so that you will be unequally yoked. Tony, do you think that after the third date, I should take turns dating while abstinent? I don't understand your question. Take turns dating? I don't understand. Baptist and Adventist is a little different than a Muslim and Christian, or Christian with an agnostic or atheist. Are you talking to some? I know y'all answering each other questions. Thank you. The Blessed Tribe. Tony, we can only see the question of a member, but you can see all. No, I can only see questions of a member too. The non-member, the only way I saw a non-member is if they donated. If they hit the money button and they donated something, whatever it was, $1.99. One young lady, Lulu, I think, gave $9.99. I could see their question if they donated, if they're a non-member. Other than that, I only could see the members. Do you believe good-looking people only date good-looking people? Alina, that's a great question. That is a great question. My God, that is a great question. And I'll probably close on that question in 55 minutes. Baby, babe, what you doing? What you doing? Huh? That's how you looking at me? I said, what you doing? What stuff? Oh, you gave up on the tree? Oh, like hanging up ornaments? You need my help? To do what? Okay. You want me to get the ladder? Okay. So you want me to wrap it on up? Huh? You sure? Hey, you know what? You'll bring my wedding ring off the table? Oh, you got it on your finger? All right, just keep it. My hands is peeling, and so my hands are peeling, and so I had to do this hand thing and something like this what my wife had me doing. So I put my ring on the table, but I don't like not having my ring on and looking crazy. But we were decorating the tree, but she let me come serve because she had to do some other stuff on the tree. But I'm gonna answer the young lady question about the looks. Do good looking people only date good looking people? Destiny, you right. I blush when I talk to my wife. I love that woman there. And I ain't trying to leave no Nika, if I'm saying your name right. But let me explain this to you. This hard to explain. Cause beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So one thing that I've realized is that the thought of thinking you look good depends on how you were raised and what you went through growing up. So as I was growing up, when I got to seventh grade, I had puberty. So I had acne on my face, all across my forehead, on my face, and so what would happen is I thought I was unattractive and I was like, man, I'm ugly. And so I went and I was quiet. That's what made me an introvert and very, very quiet. Then as I got older, my face started to clear up and I would be talking to some people one on one. I'd be talking to a woman and she would be like, why you so shy? Why you so shy? And I was like, I'm just shy face. And she said, why you shy face? I used to have acne. Well, you don't have acne like that no more. I said, but still, it shaped you. In your young years, it made me very quiet and very humble. And even though my face cleared up, I'm still the same way, quiet and all of that. And so what would happen is I was dating women that I thought were not that attractive. I was like, she look decent. She look okay. But maybe she look okay so, I could take advantage of her in the sense of like I could use her. I could cheat. I could do what I want to do. That was my real thought as a grown boy. And so that's what's happening today. So when you say do good looking people, I talk to a lot of women clients, my clients who are women, who they will say on the call, I know I look good. I know I'm very attractive. And then I will see a picture of them and I'll be like, um, so 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 you say you was attractive and you are right about that. Now you are attractive and you have I'm married, so I'm gonna try to explain the way. Well, see, the thing about your look is, and I'm trying to find the words because I'm like, wow, this woman says she know she attractive. And I'm like, Lord, help me if I'm missing this, but I'm missing this. I would rather her say, I feel like I look decent. Cause that's what I say. I say I know that I don't look good, but I know I don't look like a 67 Mack truck. So I say that. And I think that's the approach we should all take is humility. Not saying, oh, I know I look good, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So everybody see people differently. So I say that to say that when you see a couple, I know when I see a couple, being a relationship coach, when I see a guy who falls inside of what women say is handsome with a woman who does not fall inside of what men say is handsome. When I look closer into that, I see a broke man with a woman who has a good job on average, or the other way around. When a woman looks what men say looks good with a man who does not look good to women, I see a man with money and a woman who wanted that money. And so what happens is we see this, like Rick Ross, for example. When I was a matchmaker, the description of Rick Ross never came across my desk. Lil Wayne, the description of Lil Wayne never came across my desk. Jay-Z, the description of Jay-Z never came across my desk. So when I see men who look like this with a woman who looks like the type of woman that a lot of men say they want, it's because I see the money. It's the money across the board. And so that is what has dispelled the idea that good looking people are only with good looking people. Because money, financial security, position, okay? Because I'm trying to, I ain't gonna say no names. I'm not gonna say any names. But as you looking around, it was a pastor. It's a African American pastor who's a mega pastor. He has a daughter. Well, the daughter husband divorced his wife to be with her. And she probably 10 or 15 years younger than him. But what she doesn't understand is that it's not her booty, it's not her beauty, it's the fact that she is the daughter of a mega pastor and her new husband wants the throne. Because me as a man can look at her and see what men see. And that's what's happening today. That's what's happening today. Is people are getting with people for their money or for their position in life. And that's what's happening. Now see, me and my wife, when we got together, we were completely broke. We were completely broke. So I was 21. She was 19. So When I saw her, I said, uh, I walking past her, I said, she cute. I said to myself, she's cute. And I'm sure when she saw me, she probably was like, he's short, but he okay. He's good. He decent looking because she's 5'8". I'm 5'10". So technically, I'm short because I'm short. Some women who 5 foot call me short. I'm 5'10", and so we was on the same level, and then we grew together. And so people would say, um, "Oh, well, Tony, it's easy for you to say this and that and this and that because your wife is beautiful." My wife is beautiful, but when I got with her, she didn't wear makeup. She had her hair pulled in a ponytail. She was naturally beautiful. And she didn't have the money that she has access to today. So she was a good looking woman. And I said to myself, I want a woman who look good waking up in the morning. And so that's why I chose my wife, because I got to see her without makeup, without a hairstyle. Yeah, my wife could hear me, but she done heard this story a million times, and she know I keep it real. She know that I'm not just gonna be like, "Oh, I fell over thinking you was just drop dead gorgeous," because she knows she wasn't even trying to be, because she didn't wear makeup. She was very, very chill. She humble, but now that she's grown fully into herself, cause see, a lot of men marrying uh Coca-Cola. Me, I married wine. My wife like wine. You hear me? She get finer and finer with time. And whereas a lot of men, woman, because they went for the woman that was the glitz and glam, the woman who had the lashes, she had the fake booty, the fake breast, she had the fake this, the fake that already. She had all this stuff already trying to catch a man. He went for her because of what she could show him, and then sometimes those women may go the other way. My women, not my women, my woman, she was growing into herself. She was still learning men. She didn't know how to catch a man because she wasn't looking for a man. She was a biomedical science major. You know, she was focused on her grades. She was focused on her future. So that's why it was totally different. And so now she's a full grown woman, I'm able to look at her and say, wow, this woman here, absolutely gorgeous. At 21, I didn't know how to see that or understand that or appreciate fully beauty because you're 21. You don't even know what really look good at 21. So today, I say that to say, on these here relationships you seeing today, even not just celebrity now, in your normal city, in your city, you're gonna see a woman who is pretty with a man who is looks challenged, and but that man own a construction company that do 300,000 a year, and that woman on her third marriage. And so you like, okay, that's okay. I see. That's how he got her. I see even in the city, in my normal city, I see the club promoters and the DJs and the people who famous in your city will have somebody that is not in a looks category. Disclose info for future reference. If he didn't say the name, it shouldn't be mentioned. We are on social public site. Thank you, JC Law. I didn't say names for a reason. Now, it's more situations than that now, because we got more than one African American mega pastor. But me, I just got to keep it real. My dad always told me, Tony, don't speak names. Don't speak names. And so I try not to speak names, but at the same time, I try to keep it real because I got to address these kind of here situations. Bianca, you don't even know if it's your pastor. And for one, the pastor that I'm talking about, I know him personally. I talked to his wife personally. The pastor I'm talking about, Bianca. So let me get you together real quick. I talked to his wife personally, and I asked her personally, because this is what I do. And I said, did y'all have issues, sister? Did you cheat on him? She said, no, Tony. I didn't cheat on him. Nothing was going wrong. She said it was a normal marriage, the normal disagreements, the normal situation. He met this lady, a year ago at this conference. A year later, he come telling me he leaving me. And they had 3 kids together. So at that point right there, Bianca, you obviously didn't go to the church, because I had spoke at the church 3 times. And I knew the man. I stamped the man. I liked the man. I appreciate the man. But me being a man, I know men. I know men. And I know that man. And I know why he divorced his wife. Because I know what's in stake. So that's where I'm at with that. And so for me, at the end of the day, I work for God. I work in the kingdom. And the Bible tells us to go to one another. And I went to him man to man. And he didn't want to address it. He didn't want to talk about it, because he know my clarity. He know my vision. He know that I know. He know I know the game. So after I asked him about it, he never spoke to me again, because he already knew what it was. If it was legit, he would have said to me, okay, yeah, Tony, this right here, this right here, this right here. As a brother, as Christians. But he went on about his business. Tony, can you speak about singleness being a ministry? I believe this gets to the root of things when people struggle with accepting not being in a relationship or being approached. Singleness should be your ministry. But the thing about it is, you can't be so attached to it that you are repelling your potential partners because you want to have a ministry. So if you are in that season of singleness, then be in that season. But then when it's time to transition and God sends you your husband, now your ministry transitions with that. But don't be in a situation to where you get so attached. And I remember a lady was telling me that, who was a virgin, and she was like, that became my identity. It became my God, and I began to worship my virginity to the point that when I got married, I felt like I had lost something. I felt like I didn't have an identity. I felt like I lost my worth because I was worshiping my virginity to where I didn't even want to be intimate with my husband. I remember she told me that. So you have to make sure that if you make singleness your ministry, that once it is monetized, and you earning from it as a coach, as an author, that you don't get attached to it and repel the love of your life because you want to continue getting to money. Please address why a lot of our men think we have to prove that we deserve to be cared for, protected, loved, and cherished. It's just conditioning. It's just conditioning. Jesse, Sundays at 9 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to go. Because, it's been 73 minutes. And I need to get on out here and help my wife finish up with this here tree. I mean, hey, she's so amazing. Tell her thank you. She let me serve. She let me live my purpose. And she loved decorating for Christmas. And I'm not as crazy about it as she is. But I try to, get in there and help. And I had to take all the stuff out the attic today and put the tree up. And now she, putting up some ornaments and stuff like that. Vivica, I thank you so much. To everybody who hit that donate button, I don't know how that works. I don't know how that even come on here like that. But I really thank you so much. I appreciate you for appreciating. I really appreciate those who appreciate. And Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you watching and you haven't. The reason why I'm doing this, for those of you who don't know me, never heard of me, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm in a season of righting my wrongs. I've been doing this for 12 years. This very thing that I'm doing right now, I've been doing this for 12 years, giving away the game, being real. I don't have a lot of male friends because I keep it 100% real and I tell the truth. And guys who I've known, guys who I deal with, they know where I stand. They know how I treat my wife. They know I'm 100% faithful. They know I treat her like a queen. They know what I stand for because I've been a dog up until the age of 21 when I met my wife. And she left me after 2 months because I was trying to be toxic with her. And then we got back together 6 months later. Happenstance. It was God's doing. It was happenstance to us, but I know it was ordained. And then we got married 10 months later. And I've been on that path ever since then, 2007. So we going into 2020. And I'm still here today. I'm still here today. I'm still doing it. Relationship advice is not what pays all my bills. That's not how I earn a living. It's a part of what I do, but it's not the end all be all as far as money is concerned. Because I have 11 businesses, over 50 streams of income, and I gotta create. I'm a full-time entrepreneur. That's why I say I thank y'all for the support. But what I'm doing is my purpose, not just about profit. It's not about profit at all because I can't gauge it. Whereas you go work on a job and you can get a check every 2 weeks, I can't gauge that in what I do. So I had to lean and trust on God to say, look, you called me to this. You gave me the wisdom. You gave me the message. This is what I'm going to do. And I trust you to provide. So I thank you all who support me. And thank you for becoming members. I know $1.99, it could be nagging, at times with all the stuff that we have going on in our world. I mean, you got Netflix and you got all these other subscriptions. So I really thank you for supporting me. And so for those of you who are members, I posted in the community. You could click on community and you can see the email address that I posted. So if you have a question, those questions are not answered one-on-one. Every question I get, I answer those questions. I thank you, Cher. You might have to be my secretary on this here live. Those questions, I answer those questions on a video. So, but I don't say your name or anything like that because I don't have time to answer it one-on-one. So understand that. Please understand that I have to answer it for everybody so that one question, if it's 100 other people going through what you're going through, I could reach 100 people with that answer instead of just one because I don't have enough time. So thank y'all. I'm trying to make sure I ain't missed nothing. Y'all gotta forgive me. I gotta get my new stance. I saw that young lady there. I appreciate it. Okay, I think I done figured this thing out almost. But hey, God bless y'all. Thank y'all so much. Let me figure out, make sure this here gonna archive in case anybody wanna watch it back. But this here may not I don't know if it'll archive. I think it does, but if it doesn't, God bless you. We'll talk soon. Well, Ulysses, I was finna hit the button. Then Ulysses coming here. My brother, I so appreciate you. I'm thinking this yeah, Ulysses Smith the third. My lady doesn't give selfies to me. What does that mean? Ulysses, it sounds like to me Well, that's what a young lady, she say, send me a pic is annoying. Now he say that's his lady now. But I tell you, my wife, she really don't send me selfies either. You might not just not want to be on the phone, you know. Well, these ladies getting you together, Ulysses. Glenn Ross said, why you need a picture? What Chris say it's still annoying. Okay, okay. And see, I always say I really don't answer questions about women because I don't understand women. Now I heard Aisha Curry say she stay sending Steph Curry nudes. Now I don't know if that's insecurity or if that's love or if she just hear all the rumors about NBA players and trying to make sure her man ain't gonna be doing that stuff on the road. That's not gonna keep him from doing it on the road, but for whatever it is, I don't know. But Miss Perfectly Imperfect said, "What you doing with these pictures?" Well, hopefully you got your answer, Ulysses. I was about to. Ulysses donated. He's not a member. Ulysses joined as a member now, so these ladies could finish answer your question. Brown Sugar say, "Come see it in person." I can't say the email for the questions, but Cash, because it's people who not members on here watching this. So what I'm saying is go to the community page and you'll see a post that's for members only. Hey, God bless y'all. I got to go. My wife's still working, and the tree right outside my office, and she working, so I need to go and help her and try to make up. And what this is, $86 y'all donated tonight. I'm gonna get this $86 to my wife. Man, she can go to Sephora for her letting me do this. I'm gonna get her $86 for Sephora. Bet you heard that? They donated $86. I'm gonna give you the $86 for Sephora. Okay. She said, "Thank y'all so much." Hey, God bless y'all. We'll talk. We'll talk soon.